Hello and welcome to, either chapter 8 or chapter 23 of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. I know this is getting annoying, the whole chapter thing, but what can I say? Until I reach a definitive decision, it's going to happen, but again, not for long. We are more than halfway to the end of the season, actually. Yeah, season 2 will end in 7 other weeks. 15 episodes. So yeah, this one, the drink. I do have that another bottle of Coke Zero, but I went out and made some other drink for this one. It's cherry syrup, sweet cherry syrup, and water, and it's been in the fridge, so it's cold. I'm going to take a sip actually, because I just touched it and I'm feeling like I need some. Nice. So, this chapter, I'm going to call loneliness. Because, believe it or not, it's something I know plenty of. Now, for those of you who don't know, I think I've talked about it before. My parents got divorced when I was 5 years old. And, you know, divorce is usually hard no matter what. So, but my parents' divorce was actually pretty civilized. There wasn't much fighting. I don't remember a lot of verbally abusive stuff or yelling. But I do remember one thing. When they were divorced, I spent most of my time alone. There are many reasons for that. I was at a peculiar age in my family where there was no kids my age. I lived with my father primarily, and my father's family, there were a lot of grandchildren to my grandmother. And like the generation before me, there were 5 or 6 that were aged close to each other, and the generation after me also have that. Me, I was alone on that middle part. And yeah, actually, that, believe it or not, made it kind of hard. I was alone most of the time. I had friends. I think I was a very friendable guy, but you know, mostly in school, not out of school, because I wasn't a very outgoing guy. I'm not a very outgoing guy, but that shit. Why am I choking up? This is not something that should get me to choke up. It's because I'm feeling kind of sad in general this past few weeks because because I will do another episode on that, but because of the imminent threat of death, I fear death and I fear dying alone. And I thought this is a good way of just dealing with that, talking about loneliness. I've spent most of my time alone. Um, and it sucks, honestly. There are times that, God, I feel really whiny, but I'm trying to not be like that. But there are times that, I just want someone to call me up and say, hey, how you doing? And, well, it doesn't happen, does it? And I'm pretty forgettable for that matter. People go out, they forget they know me. People tell me we're going to call you, they forget. And usually, in most human beings, because I'm actually guilty of that too. I tell people I'm going to call you and I won't because I forget. And but the thing is, for some reason, I know it's so pathetic, but it weighs heavy on me. And it broke my whole world view. I'm sorry, this is not choking up, this is me. For some reason, burping in the middle of a sentence. I didn't even drink the carbonated soda, it's just water. What is wrong with you? And so I was feeling the loneliness actually skewed my worldview quite a lot. And for the longest time, and I do mean for the longest time, I always felt that, well, that's normal. Being lonely is normal. And when I went to university and I actually, for a reason I'm not really comfortable sharing yet, I will later, but not yet. I started to actually try to be more outgoing and more sociable. The result was interesting. I felt what it's like not to be alone. And then I had to be alone again. And it sucked. The quarantine has been really hard on me. I think I've talked about it before in length, both in the first season and well, both in the first season. In the second season, I haven't talked about it that much, but the quarantine was really bad because I was forced to be alone. You know, I was forced to be alone, and everything around me just sort of amplified that loneliness. You know, oh, you need to be alone, but look at other people who are not alone. So yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody is going to listen to this one. I did try to advertise a little bit this audio journal, and so far it's failed. Nobody is going to listen to this. So I feel okay talking about this. But yeah, even in romantical sense, I'm always all the time alone. When I was trying to get close to a girl, I felt alone. Um, yeah, it's bad. I've talked about this before. I'm sure on a. Let me just. I'm sorry. Let me just take out the first season. It's in chapter 7 of the first season was called Beyond the Sea, and I talked about it about the fact that I never felt nobody ever had a crush on me, and well, as a result of that, not not only as a result of that, in general, I I've never had an actual relationship with anyone, and part of it is I'm a peculiar person. I don't match well with a lot of other demographics. I don't like metalheads. I like musicals. I like Western movies, and those are not very popular. I like jazz music, so especially in Iran, those are not very popular. So yeah, I'm kind of an outsider in that sense. But I have this incredible stubbornness where I'm not willing to change my taste that much. For example, if you are a fan of Donald Trump, it's pretty obvious we are not going to get anywhere. And so, yeah, there was someone who was a fan of Donald Trump, which, I mean, American Trumpers are, in my eyes, idiots, and I don't care how insensitive or bigot I sound like. How they view me, it's much worse. I'm not a fucking terrorist. And Iranian Trumpers are even worse. They are even they're a different breed of idiot that feel like. We talked about politics. I don't want to talk about fucking politics anymore. And that loneliness can have really weird effects on you. I know a lot of people feel like loneliness is a virtue, oh, you can be alone with yourself, that's good. It's honestly, it's not. To be able to be alone with yourself is a virtue, but it wears on you. I've been able to be alone with myself, I've been alone with myself, and it sucks. Sometimes I need someone to just talk to. And this is what this fucking audio journal is all about. It's just my quest to talk. I want to tell someone that I watched this new Sweeney Todd movie, and I want someone to care as much as I do. But well, that is not here. Um, in in fairness, I do talk with people, and there are people who are actually very kind and do talk to me, and most of them have the same realization about me. You need to fucking leave. And I mean, nobody wants to stay. I want to fucking live here. I probably will. But it's sort of not a good sign that in 22 years, almost going 24, I made this joke before, didn't I? It's literally a lyric from Gangster's Paradise. I'm 23 now. Will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. But in 23 years of life, I've never felt that I matter to someone enough that when I don't talk to them, they feel bad. The same way when they don't talk to me, I feel bad. It's a testament to how self deprecating my brain is and to how misguided my view on the world is. I do have a very simplistic view of the world. I treat people how I want to be treated, and sadly, as a byproduct of that, I feel like people treat me the way I treat them, which is very untrue. I care too much. I know that's a joke and everything of, but I do. I care too much about little stuff that the other person doesn't even fathom. No, I don't. No, they don't care about this little stuff, about this little word they said. But I do, and I do tend to not say that to them. But, I mean, what can I do? I'm sorry, this is feeling a lot more disjointed than I wanted it to, because honestly, I didn't know what to do. This week I was fairly busy with my movie, and when you're tired and you're lying down after a day of scouting, scouting, scouting locations to film in and discussing financial matters of the movie. When you lie down, your feet aching, your arms aching, your body just feeling almost broken. That's when you feel the loneliness. That's when you want someone to say, "Hey, I like you," and you want to tell it to someone, and there is nobody there. I mean, I don't know what else I can do. To be honest, I leave that to anybody else who wants to jump in and tell me what I'm doing wrong. But I do try. It's not like I don't try. I do try. I just at the end of the day, I remain alone because of, well, personality issues. I mean, I know I'm not the best looking guy, I'm not the best sounding guy. You can attest to that. But at the end of the day, I remain alone not because of them, because I have a shit personality. To quote, I shit personality. When I say that, I just can't imagine Jim Jeffries. And yeah, so yeah, loneliness. It's not good. Okay, stop acting like it's a good thing. I've tried it for too long, and it's not something. I realize something. The people who always say about loneliness that it's good and they wish they could be lonely are the people that have the chance. I have the chance to be not be lonely, but I want to be lonely. I didn't. I didn't have that luck. I was stuck at home. I had a lot of actually problems, disorders that I'm just realizing, GAD and OCD. And I had parents who did not understand this stuff, so they didn't help me get over them. And I remained alone. So, yeah, I have now 3 minutes to talk, and I don't know what else to say. Should I just stay silent? No, I'm going to take a sip of my drink. So yeah. Anyways, as I said, I doubt anyone will listen to this, but uh, if you do, well, welcome. And as I said, nobody has ever done this, but I do keep saying it because I would love for someone to do it. If you are listening to this on Anchor, you can send me a voice message. If you're listening to this on YouTube, because these two main ones are the ones that I individually upload on. The other distribution, Castbox, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of that is done by Anchor. YouTube is the only one I do so. If you're listening on any other platform, you can come to Anchor. It's probably a link somewhere on your platform to the Anchor page. And you can send me a voice message, and I will play that voice message at the beginning of the next episode. And I will address it. And if the voice message is substantial enough, I mean, if you say something that I think I can make a whole episode out of, you will shape the whole episode. So yeah, you can even curse. I will play it. I mean, we are good. We are all grown ups here. If we say bad words like poo poo and pee pee and fucking shit. Oh god. So yeah, and I keep telling it because I don't know. I wish someone would do it. So yeah, you are listening to the embodiment of my loneliness that I am recording my voice and sending it to the internet, and even then get rejected. This time I think it's my voice and my accent and my inability to talk properly. I mean, I'm pretty sure shit personality plays a role there too, but most of the time it's because of the voice, isn't it? I do have a bad voice. But that doesn't stop me to sing. I know. God. Again, my sense of humor is kind of. I realized something. I'm watching this show called Adam Who Owns Everything, and I find it very funny. So, my sense of humor tends to go more stupid rather than clever. I like something when it's shamelessly stupid and idiotic, and that makes me smile and chuckle more than when something is cleverly written to the point of, that ha 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 factor. Anyways, remember to send me a message on Anchor, and I will see you all next week, hopefully with a better episode.